Hi, I'm Mark Crossley, and you're listening to the Prawn Sandwich Podcast.
How's the bacon, did you say?
Salah! Oh, wow! Oh! Coutinho! It's a goal! Stanislas makes it 3-3! Goodness gracious me! Miller! My goodness! Cross past Dixon. Cross comes Adam. Oh, in! The goalkeeper's pass. Jimmy going out and scored! Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again!
Crociati e tutti campioni, sono del Parma i croni calciatori, vinceranno, sono leoni.
Vivo Deportivo, vamos a ganar este partido. Vivo de primera, Deportivo es directivo, vivo. Vamos a ganar, la afición nos va a apoyar y a sudar y a chillar y a acompañar. Aston Villa, that's who. Aston Villa, let's who. Aston Villa, that's who. Aston Villa, that's who. Aston Villa, that's who.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Prawn Sandwich Podcast. I am Jamie Jackson, joined by Nathan Cupid and Dylan McKenzie.
Hola.
Hi, everybody.
This week we're back on Football Manager. We're feeding the habit, and it's the second part of Chapter 2 of the Football Manager Chronicles. The first episode we covered pre-season and August, so September, October, November. This week's segment. So, without any further ado, let's just fire in and head over to Spain. Dylan McKenzie and his managerial job at Deportivo La Coruña.
Thank you very much. So, little recap. Lot of signings are made with the jump up to the second division. Proper British invasion. 4 British players coming over to play for Depor. Started off well. I think it was 3 wins and a loss, and then brought in a centre back from Atletico Madrid on loan. After that panic loss, just shit, I'll get another defender in. So we start September, and I lost another cam to injury. People following, I played 3 cams, narrow, so that's a bit of a hit. Sabata was out for 5 weeks with a hernia. I know. So on the 12th of September, we hosted Genoa. Reiko and Roland in for Zaraga and Zabata. Reiko's like a bit part player, so I was a bit gutted. However, Reiko puts us 1-0 up. After surprise, haven't really played him all season, put us 1-0 up. Montero making his debut at centre half, and then penalty king Celso Borges, but this time decided to score a screamer to seal a 2-0 win for Depor. So another 2-0 win.
I thought we were going to hear another penalty had been scored by him.
Yeah, no, I was like, yes.
No, unfortunately not. Sealed another 2-0 win, which means our first 5 games all finished 2-0. 4 2-0 wins and a 2-0 loss. So going well. Just people don't know the team. So the team is Abad, Valin, Calvo, Montero, Ruiz, Agbo, and Borges, and then normally be a handful of cams I've got listed in the squad behind either Delap or Roland. Jermaine Defoe's also on the books, but he's 39-year-old, so give him a bit of time off. 3 days after, we played Malaga away. First real big team we're playing, and we lost 1-0. Injuries making the selection really hard. And then 4 days later, we played Las Palmas. So 3 days, 4 days, the games are coming thick and fast. Agbo back in though from Moya, come back from his injury. 0-0, half time, boring as shit. Nemecha comes off the bench making his return from injury. And he sets up right back Valin, who puts us 1-0 up. Only for Redu to equalise in the 93rd minute for them to make it 1-1.
That's so
Both
FM.
straight from the kick-off. In the 94th minute, Jose Lara scores a dramatic winner coming off the bench and another big 3 points for Deport.
I bet you were going sick.
And absolutely Raj.
That's
In the
a-
93rd and then go up in the 94th.
Yeah. That's a mint start, that.
Aye,
to
I'm very
season
happy with the
overall,
start.
'cause He's just been promoted.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Great start.
Just forgot, boy, as well. I'm going to send you a video, but I don't want you to open it until I tell you to.
Okay. Just to remind listeners, we do not discuss any of these Football Manager saves between us. ever.
Yeah, this is all coming new to
So,
us.
yeah, this is all
Yeah.
news to us every time we listen to it.
Right, that's sent over now. Anyway, where were we? Big 3 points though, and but unfortunately September ends. I feel like I'm flying through it, but it's all just coming thick and fast games for me. Ends with a disappointing 1-0 loss to Albacete, who were near the bottom of the league. Had more shots, had far more possession, more chance created. However, they took theirs in the 83rd minute to win 1-0.
Ah, shit.
And what annoyed is it conceded from my own throwing. It was pure annoying.
I hate that.
I
hate
feel
when
like
you-
it happens a lot on this footy manager.
Yeah, like silly
Throwing
little
highlight, I'm
things.
like, oh no. Delap hit the bar in the 88th minute. However, finished September with a B rating from the board. My new centre back Montero has now pulled his hammy and is out for 3 weeks.
You're getting
Oh,
well and
man.
truly
Yeah,
football
man.
managered.
Absolutely rinsed with injuries, like.
And when he's injured, Mucha Sadik's coming back. The guy who was unreal.
Yeah.
However, Sevilla boss Maurizio Sarri has declared his interest in him. But they haven't, even though he hasn't played
Oh
this season yet.
no.
What's his value? Like, I know you won't want to sell him, like, but
Like it's only like $1 million a bit, but it's one of them where it's $1 million a bit, but then the board will be like, "Now we want 10 mil."
I'm getting flashbacks of my mid-season crisis from last season.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll roll straight into October, and we've got Elche at home. Roland, Ziraga, Nemecha, Hurahan, Agbo, and Bergantinos all into the side because of last performance and all the injuries we've got. So Bergantinos is in at centre half. If anyone doesn't know him, he's the captain who's been there for about 15 years. He's about 38-year-old. It's not great putting him in with Danny Calvo at the back. And after all the radical changes, we go 1-0 down after 30 minutes. Sabata comes back on for his return from injury at half time, and he scores on the 55th minute. And then Delap comes on and hits the post, but on the 74th minute, he then strikes the winner. The young boy's doing all right over in Spain.
It's ridiculous how good the lap is on this game. Like, he's mint.
He hasn't scored in a while, so I was pure chuff for him. Like, you get a little chuff for your players. Like,
you brought them in. Like, you get pure attached to like your signing.
You do.
Don't you?
yeah.
You do.
Well, I dropped him for Roland, and if people know me, Roland's like my star player on this game, stats wise. But I just can't text him. I don't really like him. And Chuff and Delap came on and bagged, and he hadn't. So it was a big win just before the international break, and after the international break, Montero will be back. So yeah, he pulled his hammy for 3 weeks, but it kind of works out a little bit.
Yeah.
At the right time.
And then I was just flicking through, didn't even notice. My board rating has gone up to A+.
Get in.
Delighted. After 8 games, we're 5th in the league. So at the minute, I can't really do anything wrong.
Back promotion.
What's the structure at the top there? Like, is it top 3 go up or the playoffs or?
Top 2.
Ah, right.
No, sorry. Yeah, top 3 and then playoffs from 4th to 7th.
Wow. So it's not anything like last season where it was like
Gonna go into 4 different
you
leagues. And then
you're promoted, but you've got to
final.
win this second league and
think it's because the way it's coloured, the top 2 go automatically, and then the 4th to 7th do the playoffs, and then the 3rd do the like the relegation playoff with someone. Maybe.
Oh right, aye.
But there's
Ooh.
22 teams in the league. Anyway, but yeah,
Sounds like at the end of the season there's going to be some confusion again if you're up.
Yeah.
we could only hope. Back in training anyway, table rating's gone to A-star, and on the 17th we travel to 16th place Santander. Montero back in the side. Fair enough, Bergantinos won, but his ancient is out, so he's coming out. In the first minute of the game, Nemecha plays through Zaraga, and he makes it 1-0. And then we continue to have a quick start. In the 4th minute, Lara scores. And then in the 19th minute, it's 3-0. Right back Valin scores again. So, remember when I nearly lost him to West Ham?
I was about to say, it was class for you last season, wasn't it?
I nearly lost to West Ham, but then
Saved you.
Brexit saved us. And he's mint this year and all on pure chuff. Like, get it. 4-0 just after half time. Zaraga scoring again. So flying away to these boys. And the 46nd minute, and then Hurahan comes on. He whips in a free kick, and Montero powers a header in to get his first goal for the club, 5-0. And then we weren't done yet, as young boy comes back off the bench, Liam Delap scores a great solo goal. We finish.
Oh, what a terrible time for him to freeze. You just stopped after you said we finished.
Oh, it gone off.
Aye, you just stopped.
Yeah, you
at a
froze.
Ooh. When I said what?
You went, we finish, and then you just froze.
Oh, did I say did you hear Delap scoring?
Yeah, aye,
Yeah.
Yeah, finished 6-0 on the way home. The bus is very good. And then another away game 3 days later at Sabadell. They're 4th, we're 5th. So I know it's early doors, 10th game of the season, but still top of the league.
These are the games you've got to win.
Yeah. We hit the post in the first minute, and then Sabadell obviously go 1-0 up after you hit the first through ex-Valencia right back Brannigan. Remember him?
No, yeah.
Get in.
Zaraga made it 3 goals in 2 games to equalise 1-1 at half time. And then just after half time, Brannigan scored again. So right back scored 2 passes now. Same game. Proper chasing it. So Sabata, Roland, Harvey White all through on, trying to get something. But we scored and it was ruled out for offside. It's like, yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. But, however, in the 92nd minute, one of the British invasion, Conor Hurahan gets his first goal for the club.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Proper whip. And we've got a point, but difficult game. But, hang on. Liam Delap 3-2. For the 93rd minute. 92nd equaliser, 93rd winner. Liam Delap 3-2. British boys are having a proper dance in Spain. It's gone class. Late flurry, take all 3 points. See you later, boys. We're going home.
Do you find on like FM21, like what you're playing? It took me ages to adjust on my Palermo save to only being able to make 3 subs in the second season, because obviously the first season's got COVID rules, so you can make 5 substitutions.
Yeah.
It took me ages to remember.
I like it. But yeah, another 3 points, and absolutely sailing. Starting to go too well this season, just into October. And then, don't really know him, but Saul Mendes, 16-year-old, gets his first pro deal from the board. I thought, I'll have a little look. 4.5-star potential striker.
Oofed.
Oh, man.
So I was like, I'll take that. Good cut to the board.
I'd be finding him straight on the bench, mate.
Can't piss Defoe off more.
No. Is he unhappy?
Oh,
I said before.
Jermaine, man. It's warm. You're 39. You don't need to be playing.
So on the 24th, we finally return home. We play 22nd placed Levante B. Fair enough for a B team getting into that league. However, we're not here for that shit. And Delap and Sabata are in for Nemecha and Roland. And our first pen of the season puts us 1-0 up, considering we got loads last year. However, Conor Hurahan starts over Borges by now. So left back Salva Ruiz steps up and bags it.
Get in.
Fair play.
Delap scores again, puts us 2-0 up. That's his 5th of the season in the league. And then Hurahan gets his 2nd in 2 games with a 30-yard free kick.
Get in.
3-0 at half time. Quiet second half, they score, but it finishes 3-1. Siddiq's fully back in training now, but his paces went from 18 to 10 after his ACL injury.
Oofed.
I know, I was like that. Christ, I thought it maybe got to 14, 15. Went all the way down to 10.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then it hit the press that Getafe are after me as their boss. However, the only club to offer me an interview is Stade Rennes in France.
Oof.
But I like Spain, so respectively reject their offer.
Warmer in Spain.
They had a decent amount of money in it for that. I was just like, but then I thought, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
You've already woke up the sleeping giant now.
Yeah, no. October finishes on Halloween with a 0-0 draw at home to Zaragoza. So
would they have just
say
come
all
down?
about that? Liam Delap scored in the 91st minute, but it was ruled out for offside from VAR.
He loves a late minute goal, him.
He does, doesn't he? So end October, 4th in the league, 25 points, 6 points off top place Barcelona B. Level on points with 3rd Almeria and 1 point off 2nd place Mallorca. 4 wins and a draw in that month. Keep my A-star from the board.
Get in.
So,
Absolutely flying, mate.
Loving that.
So we'll finish off with November, lads, for me. And starts off with one of our players not very happy. Not with me, just Uche Agbo, still not getting in the Nigeria squad.
Oh.
Bless him. Could cause trouble me down the line if I'm hinting, if you know what I mean, but we'll see.
Have you not outed the Nigerian manager in the press?
Oh, yeah, I've kept going out saying, how is he not in your squad? And you should.
I'd do it loads, me.
Always got my players back on FM, like.
So, on the 7th of November, we travelled to 10th place Loganés, who have a wing duo of, can you remember both these players played in England and maybe the Prem? One definitely has. Dwayne Holmes and Raji Van La Parra.
I remember Dwayne
Van La
Holmes.
Parra sounds familiar.
He played for Huddersfield.
Yeah.
In the Prem season.
Oofed.
And Dwayne Holmes played obviously for Derby and that. They're playing for these. One change.
Wow.
Lara comes in for Ziraga and Sadik is on the bench for the first time. Got off to an absolute flyer on the 5th minute. Left back Salva Ruiz puts us 1-0 up. So fullbacks chipping in again. Then we went 2-0 up. Delap scoring again. However, a poor mistake by our defence let Vassi in and he made it 2-1 after 17 minutes. But on 40th minute, Delap got his 2nd of the game, scoring a header from a corner this time. Thought that was clean until half time, but then we decided to concede again. So it's 3-2 at half time. They scored in the 45th minute. Second half, 2 goals in 4 minutes, put us 5-2 up. Absolutely sailing. Delap secures his first hat-trick for the club. And right back Valin scored. So both fullbacks scoring in the same game and Delap with a hattie.
Get in.
On the 71st minute, they make it 5-3. And now, in the 95th minute, they made it 5-4. And if you would like to watch your video now, you can see how they make it 5-4.
All right, we'll give this.
Oh, no. Oh, that is disgusting. That is disgusting.
So for the people who are listening, my keeper decides to roll it behind my centre-back right to their forward to tap it in. However, it was the 95th minute, so we seen it out and won 5-4.
Oh, what a game!
Done your
Some
best to
game.
throw that away, like.
Yeah. After that game, it's the international break, but Defoe's came to see us because he's not happy about his playing time. Comes off the bench now and again, but no. And then on the 17th, I was offered my second job away from Depor when Bundesliga team Schalke came calling.
Oofed.
Oh my word! And you've said no again.
But I said no. I like the sun.
There's no way.
Oh
I'm leaving
my
that.
I like the
goodness!
sun in Depor. I had a little thing about that one. I didn't even think about Rennes. But
We are
Yeah.
two different types of managers, mate. What's that? £28 million transfer budget. Tara, I'm away.
So more bad news. Even though he hasn't played a game in 10 months, Sadiq's believing his own hype and won't even enter contract talks. And he's out of contract in the summer. 21st November, we play Vallecano at home. Makes it 1-0 from a corner. Lara then makes it 2-0. Who's having a mint season and Galata bought him permanently. I was a bit unsure. And then Delap gets his 10th of the season already to make it 3-0 just before half time. He's like playing now, like he starts every game. There's no argument. Roland or Defoe's coming on. That boy starts every game now.
Get in.
Boring second half. Danny Calvo scored an own goal, but win 3-1. And just after the game, because he's unhappy, St Johnson have offered me £0 for Jermaine Defoe. So I rejected it. But he wants a word.
Oh, no chance he wants to go to St Johnston, man.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Not a chance.
So I put that all behind us. And an unchanged team travels to Oviedo. And Sabata puts us 1-0 up from a Hurahan assist. 2-0. That man again, Delap. And then for Sabata through ball. 3-0. Right back Valian scores a free kick. So the fullback still going strong. Delap has a goal ruled out for offside and it's half time. Agbo injured again. So Moya comes on for him. Brings Sadiq on for his first cap. Try to make him get him in the good books off the bench. They make it 3-1 in the 84th minute. And this is exactly why you shouldn't sub your centre halves, because in the 85th minute they make it 3-2. we hold on and we see out the game. Just scrape a win. And Agbo's injury is not serious, so he won't miss any games.
Your right back must be your second top scorer. Like,
I think he must have been at this point with at least 4.
I know. Like last season, your left back was flying. It's the right back's turn this year.
So on the 28th, I know I took a bit of time, lads. I seem to have a shitload of games. 28th, we go away to 5th place Mallorca. Sabata puts us 1-0 up, but it's ruled out again for offside. I seem to have a lot of these. But then Nemecha makes it 1-0. Unreal run from Lara to the assist. We get given a pen. That's ruled out off for VAR. Agbo hobbles off again, injured.
Oh my
I
word!
know. Delap hits the bar, hanging on, but full time 1-0. Big win against 5th place Mallorca. Sees it out.
You've had an unreal start to this season.
I know, man.
Unreal.
So Agbo's now out for 3 weeks with ankle ligament damage. We are 9 unbeaten to finish the month. Delap named Player of the Month for 6 goals in 4 games and finished November. But obviously, my A star still intact. In place in La Liga B. 6 points still behind Barca B. However, I'm 3 points ahead of Almeria in 3rd and 7 points ahead of Zaragoza in 4th.
Fucking class.
And that's me done for November, boys.
Unreal.
I can't believe
You've got such a good momentum going now. Like it's phenomenal.
So many goals getting disallowed or Delaf hitting the bar as well.
VAR just seems to get brought up in every one of my games, and I'm like, have they even got VAR in the Spanish second?
Love it. Absolutely love it. Good to see the British lads putting the effort in as well.
Good to see Conor Hourihane flying.
Oh,
Absolutely.
he's loving it, man.
No sunburn for them boys.
Loving life in Spain.
Right then, we'll move on to the next one. I'll dive in if you don't mind, Nate.
No, I don't mind at all, mate. I do not mind at
So,
all.
Dylan's on Football Manager 21 with the standard database and his save. I'm on Football Manager 20 on the FM Retro Group's 99-2000 database. Trying to get Parma their first Serie A title in do what they couldn't actually do in real life at the time. So just a little recap from last week. Made some massive signings. Gabriel Batistuta, Ronaldinho, Ciro Ferrara, to name a few.
Ridiculous.
I know. That is absolutely disgusting.
Hourihane doing all right. Ronaldinho, Batistuta.
7 points from the first 3 games. Scored 4 goals. Batistuta scored all 4. Conceded 1. Right at the end of the month, I loaned Gennaro Gattuso from AC Milan because I wanted to, on this game, it's set as a box-to-box midfielder, and that's how I want to partner my Dino Baggio with. So we'll start September, and the draw for the UEFA Cup's made, first round. I've been drawn Pogoń of Poland, so nice draw there. I've got such a big squad now that I would be very grateful of some easier teams in the other rounds to kind of get the fringe players some playing time and that. September 13th, first game, and it's Lazio at home, which falls at the end of an international break, but my South American players that got called up are still away. So I'm missing Batigol, Crespo, Ronaldinho, and Fabian O'Neill. Fortunately, it was just senior players and there's no under 21s. Otherwise, I'd be missing a few others as well. But this is Lazio in 2000. So they're missing Juan Sebastian Veron, Claudio Lopez, Marcelo Salas. So it swings and roundabouts. It could go either way. I've got to start Diego Milito up front for his first start. Andrea Pirlo just behind him. Gattuso, Marc-Vivien Foé and Dino Baggio in a 3 with Bog Hossian just behind them. Benoli, Cannavaro, Ferrara and Thuram with back 4 and Gigi Buffon in goals.
Do you actually hear yourself talking when you're cracking on about them players?
I know. Feel sorry for you having to do it.
I know. I'm sat here with Steve Stone and Gareth Southgate, man, firing up Thuram and Cannavaro and that.
I have to play Pirlo behind Milito.
It's a young Milito. I'm having to play one up top.
Matt Holland behind Janssen and Dublin, mate.
On the 41st minute, Andrea Pirlo whips in a free kick, which is Gattuso scores a header.
Get in.
To put us 1-0 up. And then a stressful second half. The only other striker I had to bring on was Antonio Cassano, who got himself his first senior goal.
Get
in
in.
the 91st minute.
Nice.
Put the game to bed.
Baller.
Win. So I was pleased I made it through that game. First game in the UEFA Cup, home game against Pogoń. Bit disappointed of Ronaldinho in those first 3 games in the previous episode. So I made quite a few changes to this, giving some backup players a chance, but I started Ronaldinho. And it worked. 3-0 up at half time. Ronaldinho scored twice. Matteo Brahi getting the other. I never know how to say his name, Briggy.
Yeah.
Brahi.
I always say Brahi, me.
Took Ronaldinho off at half time, and then Gattuso made it 4 on the 58th minute. And that's when it finished 4.
Get in, Gattuso.
And then a huge game 3 days later away to AC Milan. Loan rules mean Gattuso can play. Obviously, it's different in Italy. So it's Crespo, Batigol, Ronaldinho just behind them, Gattuso, Baggio, Boghossian, Vanoli, Cannavaro, Ferrara, Thuram, and Buffon. AC Milan go 1-0 up. A young Thomas Rosicky on the 4th minute, who signed for them. So they've got Rosicky and Kuhl in their midfielder. Batistuta equalises on the hour mark. Shevchenko puts them 2-1 up on the 70th minute, and then Batigol 5 minutes later equalises. It finishes 2-2, but I had 33 shots and 17 on target, and they had Dida in nets. He does not save in 15 shots. 5 days later, Fiorentina at home on the 27th, and then the exact same starting lineup. The goals scored by Hernan Crespo, Ronaldinho, Gabriel Batistuta against his former club, Diego Milito in the 93rd minute in a 4-2 victory in which Enrico Chiesa scored for Fiorentina and George Heinrich scored
Get in.
for them as well. We were 3-0 up and then conceded those 2 goals, and it was Milito in the 93rd minute just sealed it. At the end of that month, we're 4th on 14 points. Juve are top on 18, Inter second, Roma third. And remember last season where I kept being like, "Oh, I'm hemorrhaging money every month."
Yeah.
You've actually recorded a profit.
It's about 1.7 million I'm losing each month. Well, I'm now losing 3.2 million.
History is repeating
Happening
itself,
again.
mate.
I said in the last episode, it's balls to the wall. It's all or nothing. Like, just want to go for the title. Don't care about the finances. It's not a long-term save. 1st of October, and it's an away trip to Pogon in the second leg in the UEFA Cup. Paul Durkin is referee of Paulo Di Canio fame.
Get in. Love it.
Massive changes to the start 11, like Milito, Cassano up front, Pirlo, Foe, Brahi, Van Bommel, Placente, Puyol. Even gave Buffon a rest and played my second choice keeper. 1-4-1. We're 4-0 up at half time. Pirlo, Milito, Foe, and Milito again. Foe is absolutely class when the games is played as well. His ratings have all been in like 7s and 8s.
Absolute baller.
Yeah. And then after resting him in the UEFA Cup, because it's so important to us in the league, I get the news that Gabriel Batistuta has injured his hip in training and he's out for 2 to 3 months.
Oh, man.
League's gone, mate. It's done.
Yeah.
Laptop was off.
Just give up now, mate.
2 to 3 months. It just is 7 goals in 5 games.
From a training injury.
Yeah.
Who's injured him? Gattuso. More running for him.
Raging. So I have to try and bash on without him. I say that and look at the players I've got.
I know. Milito and Cassano and all that, just,
Well, Cassano's only 17, to be fair. But it's home to newly promoted Genoa, who is 16th in the league. And I'm not started Milito because he played 3 days earlier, even though he scored twice. I started Ronaldinho as a deep lying forward. You know how we did with Ortega last season?
Yeah.
I've done that with Ronaldinho in this game. Fabio O'Neill playing just behind the front two. And to be fair, to cut and shut, Genoa are shite. It's a 6-0 win.
Hope there's no Genoa fans listening.
I'm shite on the game. Up the stamp. O'Neill penalty on the 6th minute. Gattuso on the 9th minute, who's had a storming start.
Gattuso's
What's he bagging for? Bag as many since his career.
He's going to outscore Batistuta, isn't he?
Ronaldinho on the 21st minute, Vanoli on the 36th minute. Second half, Crespo on the 46th minute, and then Ronaldinho again on the 49th minute. And Ronaldinho also set up 3 goals in that game. And his flying. In other news that weekend, Juve lost 1-0 away to Milan, which is obviously big. There's only now us and Inter Milan unbeaten. There's a 14-day international break coming up. 4th should have, and if I'd beaten Udinese in that game that finished 0-0 in the first episode, I'd have been top. So there's only a couple of points in it. And had 9 players in Team of the Week that year. That week, sorry. And then the second round draw for the UEFA Cup, gives us a tie with Aberdeen.
Oh, why?
Hell of a trek. International break, got no casualties, thankfully, and then it's an away trip to Venezia upon return. Starting for Venezia is a certain Paul Merson, who's made the trip to Venice.
Yeah.
For his latter years. Straightforward 2-0 victory with Fabian O'Neill scoring an absolute worldie, and then Hernan Crespo on the 54th. And then it's onto the UEFA Cup, an away trip to Aberdeen. A bizarre fixture. Ciro Ferrara gives us the lead on the 2nd minute. I didn't get his first name. Perry was his surname, though. Equalised for Aberdeen on the 45th. Then we got a penalty, right? And I had Fabian O'Neill on the pitch. I had Ronaldinho on the pitch. And Ciro Ferrara takes the pen.
Did he? Rate it.
You want a UEFA Cup goal?
He bagged, like.
Yeah. He's feeling his ability.
Get out the way.
Then,
I want to go.
Don't diminish him. I like that.
So he's got 2 goals in that game. And then Perry, who was also a centre-back, playing alongside Russell Anderson, of all people.
Nice.
Equalised in the 92nd minute. So it's a 2-2 draw with 2 centre-backs bagging 2 apiece. And
wow.
Then, 4 days after that, we're at home to Juve.
Are they near the top of Scotland then, if you drew 2-2 with them or not?
They'll finish like third or 4th, something like that. After that game, Juve, I would have rather have not had Juve right after a UEFA Cup tie. But there we are. We're at home, Juve are top. Beat them, and we'll go above them. Strongest starting lineup I could put out, I did. But Alessandro Del Piero had different thoughts on the matter. Put Juve 1-0 up on the 2nd minute. And then a player who I'd been disappointed with a bit. So I think it's just because I've signed Batigol, and obviously I absolutely love him. But like I've been a bit iffy with Crespo so far this season. Equalised just before half time, and then to shut us up and put us in a place, scored the winner on the 87th minute.
Get in.
Like, how could I ever doubt? How could I ever doubt Hernan Crespo?
I hope he Tevez'd you. Just like.
But that's 9 games in, unbeaten, and level on points with Inter Milan on top. Press asked us, and I said we can win the title. And we should win the title. Get the confidence through the squad as well.
Mate.
Hernan Crespo got Player of the Month. Fabian O'Neill got Goal of the Month. And Gigi Buffon, Ciro Ferrara, Fabio Cannavaro, Alain Boghosian, Dino Baggio, Gennaro Gattuso, and Crespo were all in Team of the Month.
So, what, like 3 spaces you didn't get?
Yeah. And I lost another £3.3 million. That's the end of October. My bank balance is now 5.8 mil. And bear in mind, I'm losing 3.3 each month. And we've only just finished October.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Trophy money, you'll get that back up.
Trip to Bologna on the 1st of November. Bologna 6th. And despite starting Crespo, Ronaldinho, Pirlo, remember Baggio scored 10 goals last season. Gattuso's been flying. It was my left back, Paolo Vanoli, who gave us the only goal of the game in the 55th minute. And that takes us top, like proper top after 10 games.
I think he's the unsung hero of your squad, you know.
I was loving him last season.
I like Vanoli.
He got injured. He got injured in like the March or something, didn't he? And my season fell to pieces. Because Placenta, I've been starting Placenta in the UEFA Cup. Like every game in the UEFA Cup, Placenta is played, and he's played class and all. Speaking of the UEFA Cup, the next game was the home tie, 2nd leg against Aberdeen. My back 4 was Diego Placenta, Cannavaro, Rafael Marquez, and Carles Puyol. And it's a 5-0, no doubt.
It's ridiculous.
Marquez and Puyol are teenagers, like. But Marquez gets his first goal of the season on the 10th minute. Mark Vivian Foe smacks one in on the 14th. Another brace for Diego Milito.
Get in.
Foe gets another goal on the 73rd. So 5-0 win, and we're through to the next round of the UEFA Cup.
Easy.
Like, I want to win everything. Like I want to win every competition. 3 days later, obviously brought in some of the more like senior established players, but I kept Placente in the side because he got 3 assists in that game. And he got man of the match in this game with another 2 assists. This home match against Napoli. 5-0. Lilian Thuram, Hernan Crespo, Francesco Coco own goal, Ronaldinho pen, and Diego Milito. So 2 5-0s on the bounce. Quite nice. And this is just getting to a stage, you know, when you're in that like confident mode of FM, we just like, continue.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you really have to do anything. Dino Baggio's on 7 assists in the season already in the league, and that was the 11th game.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's stopped scoring, but he's setting them up. Fabian O'Neill does his ankle ligaments and is out for 3 to 4 weeks. And it's another international break. So upon return, it's the 20th of November now. We go to the Stadio Olimpico for a game against Roma. Crespo, Milito, Ronaldinho, Gattuso, Baggio, Borg-Hossian, Placente, Cannavaro, Ferrara, Thuram, Buffon. But it's Marco Del Vecchio who opens the scoring on the 18th minute.
Oh.
And it's our first defeat of the season. Lose 1-0. And I hadn't even been looking at the league. I'd just been seeing Parma go top, what have you. Roma went above us. I didn't realise how close behind us they were.
Oh mate. Old boys come back to haunt you.
Roma have gone above us in the table, so they're top. Our first defeat of the season. A 4 weeks rest. No UEFA Cup tie between that game and a home game against Inter Milan. Crespo and Milito up front. Gattuso, Baggio, Borg-Hossian. Still rolls off the tongue nicely, even though Van Bommel's not getting in the side as much.
You know what? I actually forgot you had Van Bommel.
I've got Vanoli back in the starting 11. Cannavaro, Ferrara, and Thuram. Buffon. Diego Milito on the 16th minute opens the scoring. Crespo on the 34th. It's looking really comfortable. Milito on the 55th. George Atos for Inter Milan, the Greek left back.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls one back for them on the 67th minute. And Fabio Cannavaro leaves it, no doubt at all, on the 84th minute. Ronaldinho set up 2 goals in that game and is absolutely unreal. Big news from England. Sam Allardyce is sacked as manager of Middlesbrough.
Oh. Who is Sam?
And that brings November to a close. And after 13 games, Roma are top with 34. But this is how tight it is. I lost that game against Roma. They went above us. Juve have just kept winning since I beat them. So they're second on 34. Roma top with 34. Juve are second on 33. Parma are third on 32. Inter fourth on 27. AC Milan 26 points in 5th place. And Lazio 25 points in 6th place. Current top goal scorers in the league: Pippo Inzaghi on 13. Vieri on 10. And Montella on 10. Diego Milito actually got Serie A Player of the Month.
Nice.
So he's really stepped up in Batistu's absence. Probably helps that I've got 70 Argentinians in the side as well. And Buffon, Cannavaro, Borg-Hossian and Milito in Team of the Month. And Galletti, who I've got out on loan, made the Team of the Month as well. Bad month for finances. It was 3.9 million lost this year. It's because scoring all the goals, all the bonuses will be flying in and all sorts. Balance is now down to 1.7. I've got a B overall. The board are concerned about the club's current financial state, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Absolutely hemorrhaging coin.
Be
Happened in
fine.
real life and all.
Yeah. It'll be fine. You'll manage.
But that's it. Still happy with how things are going. Been really happy with my UEFA Cup ties so far. Being able to get the fringe players out. You know when you're playing and it's got the chemistry thing and it can be green, orange, red or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm able to just play everybody every week. everybody's like things like absolutely class.
Yeah, I think that's the best part about qualifying for a European competition, isn't it?
No.
Because then everyone gets a fair chance of playing.
Especially the UEFA Cup. You can't do it as much in the Champions League.
Yeah.
You end up getting dicked, but UEFA Cup you can do it. Yeah, I'm like just loving seeing all these names like popping up for us all the time.
Just your 11 just
Yeah.
makes me
Ridiculous.
giggle.
It was my dream when I started this save to have Ronaldinho on the side, and I've got Ronaldo. Well, I know Batistuta is injured, but some of my favorite players, some of my favorite players of all time playing.
Yeah,
That's it. But we'll stick to the FM20 99 2000 database and go to you, Nath, and Aston Villa and Ireland.
I know. Yeah. So we've gone from promotion battles and league winning, league challenging sides to let's get back to reality and stick with some mid-table football. So quick recap. I haven't played that many league games because I got to the final of the Intertoto Cup, which I lost on penalties to Newcastle United. But it didn't matter anyway because we got a chance to qualify for the UEFA Cup, which we did. We beat Connors Quay like 20-odd fucking 1 on aggregate. So we qualified for the UEFA Cup. Alan Kirbysley got the England job, which broke my heart. But then McCarthy took his job at Charlton or somewhere. I can't remember where he went, but he went, and I got the Ireland job. So now I'm on the international scene as well as Aston Villa. Right. So September. League position for Aston Villa is 13th, obviously because I haven't played that many games. And straight out the bat, Cagliari offered me £3.4 million for Neil McCann, which I accepted.
What?
So Neil McCann left the
It's up to
Midlands
Sardinia. Fucking
and he's
hell.
away to Italy, so he's gone. So that's some more money in the club. First games for September are obviously the international break. I have 2 fixtures against Wales and Ivory Coast. And obviously, I never had the chance to pick these squads. Mick McCarthy picked them and then took another job, so I haven't had a chance to pick my first squad.
Are these both friendlies, aye?
Yeah, just friendlies. So we play Wales away. We win 2-1. Goals from Richie Partridge and Phil Babb. Alan Nielsen scores for Wales.
What is happening?
And your man of the match of that match was Phil Babb.
Phil Babb.
So after that match, it is the first round of the UEFA Cup draw. And obviously, it absolutely sickens me seeing Jamie with all these names and, the title challenging side in Serie A gets a nice little away trip in Poland. Yeah, I have an away tie against Olympiacos to start off with. So I'm literally like, well, that's me done for the UEFA Cup. It was nice. So then after that, we're at home to Ivory Coast and we go and get dicked 4-1. Bonaventura Kalou scored. 17-year-old Yaya Toure scored 2. And Frank Diallo scored for Ivory Coast. The only goal for Ireland was from John Goodman.
John Goodman.
Hey, don't blame
fame.
Don't blame me. This is a McCarthy squad. A Cupid squad comes later on. Man of the match went to.
Oh, can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that.
Man of the match went to Yaya Toure. So then international breaks over and done with. It's nice to, it's nice to get a break from regular football. So we come back to Aston Villa. We've got a home tie against Charlton Athletic. And we go and win 3-1. Goals from Trevor Sinclair and Matt Jansen with a brace. And Kevin Harper scored for Charlton. Man of the match was Matt Jansen. And absolutely easy. So
he's flying for you this season.
Oh, what a signing. He's been an absolute revelation. So for my formation for Aston Villa, I play a tight diamond, basically. So it's still obviously 4-4-2, but it's a tight diamond. So I have David James in goals, Mark Delaney at right back, a centre-back partnership of Dean Richards and Gareth Southgate, and at left back...
Someone's changed the tune.
No, he's still a fraud. Southgate out. And at left back, I have Steve Staunton. In holding midfield, it's either Gareth Barry, Matt Holland or Lee Hendry. I also have on the wings, I have Trevor Sinclair, and it can vary from Sean Wright Phillips, anyone like that. Top of the diamond, I've got Benito Carbone, and up front, I have Dion Dublin and Matt Janssen. So there's plenty of goals in that squad.
You've got about 7 strikers on the bench.
And I've got Moldovan and Teddy Sheringham to come off the bench as well. So there's plenty
Love
of
it.
goals.
Love it.
So after the Charlton game, it is the first round, first leg, UEFA Cup tie away in Greece against Olympiacos. So at this game, I'm thinking, you know what, we're against, it's a tough side. You know what I mean? Like, we're Aston Villa, they're Olympiacos. So let's just go out and see if we can win. And we're going to smash them 2-0. So I was absolutely buzzing. I was like, yes, first European game, we've smashed it. Dublin and Carbone with the goals. So I'm like, these lads know what they're on about here. That's it. In my head, we've won the UEFA Cup. So the board are over the moon with us because we've managed to win in Europe, like in the European competition. So there's a buzz about the place. 2 wins on the bounce. We obviously Premier League, UEFA Cup, and then after that we've got a third round Worthington Cup tie at home to Tranmere Rovers. Then changed it about a bit, give a couple of senior players a bit of a rest. Brought some young lads in like Dean Ashton and Darius Vassell. Look at him shaking his head. Mark Schwarzer started in goals that day. Give JMO a rest.
Of course, you've got Schwarzer there. No?
Yeah, I've got a mint squad. And we win 3-1. Dion Dublin, Sean Wright Phillips, and Lee Hendry with the goals, and Scott Taylor scored for Tranmere Rovers. But as always, the Premier League side always prevails in the end sometimes.
Always
I realised what I said at the start. I thought, I'm going to have to reel this in. I'm bigging myself up a bit too much here.
Does Dion start every game regardless?
Yes. He's the captain, so he should. And he's on about like 22 goals already, like at the club, not in, you know what I mean? So straight after that game, the 4th round draw was made, and we got a home tie to Barnsley. So I was like, that's good. Stay away from some of the big boys in the Premier League. So after that win against Charlton in the Premier League, we went from 13th to 9th, and then we're back to regular league football. And Sunderland come to town, so we're at home to Sunderland. And Sunderland gave me a bit of a arse whooping last season, but we managed to scrape a 1-0 win. Benito Carbone with last-minute free kick. So I was
flying here.
Oh, yeah. Considering this time last season, I was ready to jack. I'm flying. I am absolutely flying. So we finished that game, and Michael Reisinger says that he's unhappy. He's not getting first team football. So I was like, said, look, I can play in the cup games. He wasn't happy with it. We left it at that. And then straight after that, he put in a transfer request and said he wanted to leave because he was homesick. So he's telling lies. He just wants away. So I've put him on the transfer list. I've accepted his transfer request, and I'm still waiting for some bids. So at this point, I'm thought, I can't just have Mark Delaney as my one and only right back, because the young lads aren't really good enough yet to play first team football. So I made a bid for Steve Finnan, and hopefully it gets accepted and we bring him in. But we'll wait for that one.
Trying to go for them Irish lads.
I know, they're creeping in. They're creeping in. Dion Dublin got sent off in that match as well for a headbutt. And Alan Kirbishley was in the stands watching that game, so I thought, oh no, he's not getting in the England squad now.
Can you remember when he got sent off a headbutting Robbie Savage?
Yeah.
He'd only just come back from a broken neck. Like,
exactly.
He had a broken bone in his neck and he headbutted Robbie Savage. He was trying to argue, why would I headbutt somebody when I've just broke my neck?
He's mint, man. Dion Dublin's unbelievable. I love him. So after the 1-0 victory against Sunderland, it's international break time. The Irish FA have said, Nathan, you need to pick your squad.
Yes.
So
come on.
I duly obliged.
Well,
Cupid.
No.
Well, I could have let the assistant pick. And I did. I picked my very first Ireland squad, which I will give you right now. So, 3 goalkeepers: Shea Given, Dean Kiley, and Nick Colgan.
Strong start.
Solid
Defen-
start.
defenders: 2 right backs of obviously Stephen Finnan and Gary Kelly.
Very good.
2 left backs of Ian Hart and Terry Phelan. I wanted to pick Dennis Irwin, but he retired last season, so I was absolutely
no.
distraught. I couldn't pick
Come on.
Sir Dennis, so I offered him a job on the coaching staff. Like, I need him around the place. I need him in. So I picked a 36-year-old Terry Phelan, who's, to be fair to him, like, he's playing like for Grimsby, but he's unbelievably fast and his crossings through the roof. So I thought, if Ian Hart gets injured, fair enough, get yourself on Phelan, lad. 4 centre backs: Richard Dunn, Kenny Cunningham, Steve Staunton, and a young John O'Shea. And to be fair, John O'Shea's stats are unbelievable on this. And Gary Breen was like disappointed that he never got selected, and then I had to remind him gently that he is Gary Breen. You're not Irish, mate. You're not getting in. Midfielders: 2 right midfielders of Keith O'Halloran and Richie Partridge. Unreal, them two. 2 left midfielders of Damien Duff and Kevin Kilban. And 4 centre midfielders of Graham Kavanagh, Lee Carsley, Mark Kinsella, and Captain Roy Keane.
No,
Yeah,
Matt Holland.
He's not getting regular football at the Villa, so he's not getting in.
That is
Brutal.
He's got to prove himself. He comes off the bench and he puts in like a 6.2. So no, you're not getting picked, Matthew, I'm afraid. 4 strikers: Robbie Keane, Niall Quinn, a young Michael Reddy, and John Macken's getting his first Ireland cap. So that's your so that's your Ireland squad selected. So to be honest with you, I was gutted about Dennis, but it's strong. It's strong. It's a good.
Who's
a
like
good squad.
left out of name-wise? So what, Matt Holland.
Matt Holland's not in there. Andy Townsend kicked off because he's not in it. Like, mate, like 40 or something. Obviously Gary Breen, he wasn't happy by not being selected. There's not many. Jason McAteer, he wasn't too happy that he got left out. But apart from that, David Connolly's injured.
You see, on the I've not been an international manager on the more recent ones. Like, obviously the games come on loads. You see if they qualify for Ireland, like, can you convince them to choose Ireland over England and stuff?
Yet to find one. There's only really Ben Burgess at Blackpool, and he doesn't peak till 2010 when they get promoted to the Premier League. So
on the new one, because I've got that USA save that I send you on the new one, you just get loads of. Can't really search anyone and try and get them to affiliate, but you get loads of them when they're young, being like, I can't decide whether I'm playing for you or these, and you have to like say to them like, oh, you were guaranteed starter in years to come and all this crap, and then like 3 days later they pick one.
Oh, fair.
It is difficult. To be fair with the Irish, it's more the under-21s that are coming through. So you've got Noel Hunt, Stephen Hunt, like Kevin Doyle, Keith Andrews. Like, they're all coming up.
Yeah.
Stephen Reid, you could maybe pick Stephen Reid, but he's not getting in over Keith O'Halloran. He's on fire for Scunny.
Andy Reid, get him in. McGeady.
Nah, too young. But anyways, that's your September done. We finished September on a good note. I've picked an Ireland squad. John Macken was through the roof to get picked for an Ireland squad. Terry Phelan was chuffed to be back in the squad. So like, it doesn't matter if you're good enough, you'll get picked. You know what I mean? So moving to October, and it's the second leg of the first round against Olympiacos at home this time at Villa Park, and we go ahead and win again 2-0. So we're through to the second round. 2 goals from Moldovan, swapped it around a bit again. Yeah, simple as it. Honestly, I've never managed a game that easily. Just play, lads. You know what I mean? Just go and play. And then the all-conquering Man United come to town. Well, actually, we go to Old Trafford, shall I say. And obviously, they'd managed to finally sign Ronaldo.
of course.
Yeah.
Just I'm panicking, like literally panicking before the game. But we get a 3-3 draw, and at one point we were 3-1 up. Moldovan scored 2, and Trevor Sinclair scored, giving it like our 3 goals. And Man United's goals came from Paul Scholes, Jasper Gronkier, and Ronaldo. We couldn't keep him quiet for the full 90. Man of the match was Gareth. I think man of the match was Paul Scholes. But Southgate did have a really good game, to be fair to him, against Ronaldo. He is a fraud, but he did have a good game. So I was buzzing off that because we managed to pick, get that Man United team were unbelievable, and they've got Ronaldo as well. So to get a draw, to go to Old Trafford and score 3 goals is something that doesn't happen and didn't happen then. So we're forever doing the good things at Villa. So after that game, the second round for the UEFA Cup draw comes, and he was ready for who we got picked. We got a home tie to Deportivo La Coruña.
Oh, no way. No way.
So Jamie's had 2 ridiculously easy rounds. I've got the champions of Greece and the champions of Spain or whatever. So yeah. Back to Premier League though. A home tie against Blackburn Rovers. Another victory, 2-1 win. Goals from Moldovan and Lee Hendry. I can't remember who scored for Blackburn. I never wrote that down. Oh well. But we're still winning. We haven't lost a game yet, so we're doing all right.
Oh, absolutely flying.
And then we go to the first leg of the second round away at Deportivo La Coruña, and we win 4-3.
Ooh.
Oofed.
Yeah, what a game! And I was to the point where I was pacing the living room when I was playing it.
I can imagine you doing that as well.
I was on edge. We took the lead, obviously, Dion Dublin. And then Roy Mackay scored 2 minutes later. And then just before half time, I think it was, I can't remember, but I haven't got the minutes down, but I've got a screenshot for it anyway. Moldovan scored, and then Gareth Barry scored. And then I can't read this name, Bashantskin or something like that for Deportivo. He scored. Carbone scored our 4th, and then Shearer scored for Deportivo for a 4-3 win. Carbone comes away with the Man of the Match award. So, just an all-conquering Villa side, lads. Just, you know what I mean?
What a contrast to last season.
Oh, I know, I'm buzzing. I am absolutely, honestly, I'm one injury away from it all going to shit. So obviously we've had Manchester United, Blackburn, and then Deportivo. So it's nice to kind of have a bit of a break. So we had the 4th round cup tie at home to Barnsley. So I played a weekend side, and we win 7-4. Didn't write down their goals, but Moldovan scored a hat-trick, Carbone scored a hat-trick, and Sinclair scored.
Moldovan's flying.
Honestly,
yet on this?
No, I haven't lost yet.
Talking about it.
Yeah, but I've gone from having like Dion Dublin being the only goal scorer in the side to having Dublin scoring loads of goals. Moldovan can come off the bench and score goals. Janssen scoring goals all the time. Teddy Sheringham's not scoring, but he's getting assists, which is like all my strikers are working. You know what I mean? But
you and Teddy Sheringham, it wouldn't matter if he was doing out, he'd still say it was mint.
yeah, exactly, mate. So we finish the month in 8th position in the league. But then it's international games, isn't it? So we have 2 more friendlies against Poland and Belgium. Both of them are in Ireland, so we're not having to travel, which is good. Well, I'm having to travel, but you know. A 1-1 draw with Poland, Robbie Keane with my goal, and then a goalless draw with Belgium. But my lineup for the Irish team is just a 4-4-2. Given, Finnan, Cunningham, Staunton at centre back, left back Ian Hart, Roy Keane and Mark Kinsella in the middle, O'Halloran on the right, Duff on the left, Quinn and Keane up front. So it's pretty.
Did you drop Phil Babb altogether from the squad?
Yeah.
After he bagged and got man of the match.
Steve
dropped him as well.
Steve Staunton. It was either him or Cunningham, and I just laughed at Kenny Cunningham, so I thought I'll pick him. Richard Dunn's good, though, to be fair to him. He's a solid centre half, but he's not good enough for the Villa. So we move into November. We have an away tie against Bolton Wanderers. We draw 1 each. Southgate got man of the match. Moldovan with another goal, and Bo Hansen with the goal for Bolton. There's a throwback.
Oh, he's a cult hero.
But still unbeaten. We're doing with absolute wonders at the minute. Like, I can't ask enough of them, really. Then we go, and then Deportivo come to the Midlands, and we get a 1-1 draw, which means that we go through to the next round 5-4 in aggregate.
Nice.
Lee Hendry scored, and Skoko scored for Deportivo. So the UEFA Cup, it's coming home. Yeah, I was more chuffed with that than anything else, because I managed to get past Olympiacos, and I thought it doesn't matter who we get now, because we've gone through 1 round, even though the board want me to get to the 4th round. But yeah, so I managed to get past Olympiacos and Deportivo, so we're waiting for that draw to come. I haven't been given a team yet. And then it's just Premier League. We've got 5 games left before the end of November. A goalless draw with Coventry, a 4-0 victory at home to Bradford, a hat-trick from Dublin, and Matt Jansen scoring again.
Oh, nice. Dublin's back in the score sheet big time.
I did fall out with him a little bit after his headbutt, because I thought, that's your chance to get in the England squad, and then you've gone and done that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm putting my ass on the line for you here, Dion. I'm grafting to get you into this England team.
Wow.
Every time he scores, the press are like, why is Dion not getting in the squad? And I'm backing him. I'm sharing his properties that he's got up for sale on Facebook. You know what I mean? I'm trying. I'm really trying for the lad, and he goes and does that, but doesn't matter. Form is temporary, class is permanent. He just constantly scores. A 1-1 draw away at Middlesbrough. Dublin again, and Hamilton Rijkaard scored for them. And then we go down to Stamford Bridge, a team that I just really couldn't fathom out last season. We go and smash them 5-1. Moldovan with 2, Dublin with 2, Carbone scored to make it the 5, and Torre Andrea Flo scored Chelsea's only goal.
Jesus Christ.
And then the last game of November, we're at home to Leicester City, somewhat of a local derby. And we win 4-1. Carbone, Jansen, Trevor Sinclair, and that man Dion Dublin again with the goals, and Matt Elliott scoring Leicester City's only goal. So we've gone 10 games unbeaten in all competitions, and we're now currently sat in 5th place in the league. So quarterfinals of the League Cup, 5th in the league, and 3rd round of the UEFA Cup, as well as a final place in the Intertoto Cup.
Mint start.
And I've only lost 1 game as Ireland manager. So it's safe to say the FA have boobed and not picked me. Because Kerblishly's dropped Woodgate, which I wasn't happy with. But
that's quality.
Absolutely flying. And
That's
it's actually
amazing.
nice to be a little bit more positive instead of borderline suicidal over a game of Football
Funny.
Manager.
Because last season, like episodes 2 and 3, you're pure like you've gone like Roy Keane when he lost the plot at Sunderland. You had a pure beard on, like you'd not shaved in weeks. Your hair was all over the place. You just looked pure mizzo.
I'm not gonna lie. Them 2 episodes were challenging mentally. Like it was. I'm finishing work and I was going, oh shit, yeah, I've got to do Football Manager Chronicles. Got to tell them how shit I am. But I've brought it back. You know what I mean? Get rid of the deadwood. Get rid of the deadwood.
Absolutely.
Bring in some good signings.
3
Just
positive
flying.
stories going on.
We're absolutely flying, and I can't wait to qualify for the World Cup with Ireland.
What a positive episode all
Absolutely.
round.
Makes a
around.
change, to be fair, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it,
Right
boys.
then, till the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So follow us on social media, please. Twitter, Instagram, Twitter at Prawn Podcast, Instagram at Prawn_sandwich. If you could leave a review, that would be really good. Gets us a bit more traction. Share us.
Yeah, absolutely.
subscribe.
Hit us up with your saves as well. I really
Yeah.
enjoy watching other
Yeah.
people's saves.
Absolutely.
Keep sending saves in. They're always a great pleasure.
Absolutely.
And till the next time,
Bye.
farewell.
Buenas noches.